Cheick Sanou has made what we're pretty certain is the heaviest push press of all time. At least the heaviest ever performed on camera. The Burkinese strongman, better known as Iron Biby, stands 1.9 meters tall. He weighs almost 200 kilos, although he can still do cartwheels. Like, he's a phenomenal athlete all around. He trains 3 to 4 hours a day, and he says he eats up to 8 chickens a day when he's in a bulking phase. He's easily one of the strongest men overhead on the planet. And this latest push press is 260 kilograms, or 573.2 pounds. Some of the favorite reactions we've seen online to this lift include the top comment on his Instagram post, which says, "To me, this is way more amazing than a 500 kilogram deadlift." And then after that, there's Saracev, the Russian man who for a very long time held the world record for the heaviest raw bench press of all time. And his comment, it's in Russian, but roughly translated it says, "Holy," which is a very profane but kind of appropriate reaction to this unbelievable lift. Biby posted this with a caption, 573 pounds or 260 kilograms standing press. Thanks to you all and my team for all the support. We'll definitely push harder next time. Hashtag hard work, never give up, beast mode, motivations, fitness, gym, iron addict. Now, is that a standing press? Probably not. The consensus is that he did have a little dip there, and also he didn't fully lock out his back the way he would if it were indeed a strict press. Now, is it absolutely ridiculous for a tiny little guy like me to be critiquing the world's heaviest push press? Yes, it absolutely is, but I don't know, I guess that's sports commentary for you. Speaking of sports commentary, do make sure you subscribe to the BarBend channel here. We post videos almost every weekday about world records, big lifts, athlete interviews, nutrition tips, exercise guides, and more. And let us know in the comments if you've got anything to say, especially if you've ever seen a heavier push press than this one, because we're quite certain you haven't. In fact, there are a lot of people who say that Iron Biby is the strongest overhead presser in the world. I mean, if you want some more evidence for your consideration, you should definitely check out this 220 kilo lift he made 2.5 years ago, this 5 rep set of 190 kilos, and this 233.5 kilo lug lift he made earlier this year. Now, that 233.5 kilo lug lift would be a world record, and by a pretty fat margin if it were done in competition. Currently, the heaviest lug lift of all time is the one performed by Zydrunas Savickas, the Latvian strongman, who did it at the Arnold in 2015 in Brazil. So you'd think with 233.5 kilos under his belt, or over his head, that Iron Biby would have easily secured a world record in the lift by now. But like a lot of athletes, he has a little bit of trouble meeting his training PRs in competition. He did win last year's Lug Lift World Championships with 220 kilograms, but he failed to make the 229 kilograms he would have needed to secure a new world record. Cleaning has always been a weaker portion of the lift for Iron Biby.
I'm really sorry about it, but I will definitely be back. I'm very sorry. I really promise you this record. I'm very sorry.
As you can see, the guy was devastated, but obviously there was nothing to be sorry about.
There's nothing to be sorry about. Put your hands together for Iron Biby.
It was a phenomenal performance. And the only real bummer for the man is that this year's Lug Lift World Championships have been postponed indefinitely because of the pandemic. They were originally scheduled to be held in April in Leeds, England. Then they were pushed to August, and then they're just not happening anymore. Almost certainly anyway. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer to see if the man can win the Lug Lift World Championships. But he does have another record to his name, and this was a Guinness World Record for the number of times anyone has ever overhead pressed a human being in 1 minute. In 2018, he picked up a 60 kilo dude and overhead pressed him 69 times in 1 minute. And about 6 months later at CrossFit London, he picked up a young lady and overhead pressed her 82 times in 1 minute, securing himself another Guinness World Record. Now, I might be being a little bit of a troll here, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't mention that the range of motion on those reps was not great. But they did pass muster with the Guinness World Record judge, so he does officially have that world record. And you might be thinking that picking up human beings and lifting them is a bit of a gimmick, but here's Iron Biby explaining why it's actually a very difficult feat relative to a barbell.
It's different than lifting a normal barbell because it's a human, so the person moves a lot, so you have to adjust everything. So there is stability issues.
So 260 kilos is now the heaviest push press I've ever seen. You might be racking your brains as if you've ever seen a heavier push press. And some people online have mentioned a 270 kilo lift from Mikhail Koklyev. But as you can see, this is a behind the neck jerk. It's definitely not a push press. And of course, Lasha Talakazi might be able to do a heavier push press. After all, his world record in the clean and jerk is 264 kilograms. And I've even seen him lift 267 kilograms in training. But we haven't seen a heavier push press, at least not yet. Right now, 260 kilograms is the heaviest push press we've ever seen. And with overhead presses like this, we have no doubt that a world record from Iron Biby probably isn't too far away. We just got to see him in competition again.